Hey, it's Free Falcon here again. Today we're going to start a series of explaining the different mechanics inside Shop Titans. Today we're going to specifically be going over Ascensions. So, as you can see, there's different Ascensions for each type of craftable item. We'll go over the basics and then how to get some more. So, whenever we are looking at any of these items to craft, let's say this autumn ward here. So if we clicked here on the information, you can see we get the blueprints, the different milestones we get, and then our ascensions. So each one of these items is going to take something off of crafting or give a boost towards something with the crafting. So our first one took 8 stone off each time that we craft it. Second one does the multi-craft, and the last one makes less components. So I usually don't do this last one if I'm real short on ascensions, just because the components, especially for these low-cost ones, aren't as big of a deal. But why it is a big deal is this tree here. So you can see that this is the number of ascensions that you have in that type, and the rewards get better as you go up. So the first ones are a pretty cheap amount of gold, then we get some gems, worker XP, specifically for shields, more money. Then we reduce the surcharge cost, increase multi-craft chance, and then increase the quality shields, reduce the cost, reduce cost. And in between we have all these different landmarks. And then we get into the increased value. Then we get into the tier 51. This is typically where you're wanting to get in each of your things, because at 51 it increases the surcharge value for all of your items, which is an additional 1%. And also at 51 it turns from 3 up to 4 in order to continue down this path for your milestones. And they just continue to go. But they typically are a lot more specific until you get up into these higher ones where you get the increased production. But getting up to 83, that's a pretty big deal. And then you get all the way up here where it's the essence production, which is very hard to do. Now let's take a look here. So looking here, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So right now I have 13 at 51 or better. So I'm basically getting a 13% boost to all of my surcharges. Working on getting my rings up, and then just keep moving down the line until I get them all to 51. So it's pretty hard to get the ascensions. One of the big ways to do it is through these reward tracks and these. So as you can see, when I hit 21, you get 60, 40, 45. So you get a pretty good amount off of these. You also get the specialty ones here. And there was some through here, I believe. Yeah, so 25. And I don't have any more left in this one. So this one was up in the 30. So there's 55 here. Additionally, the chest also have a % chance to drop Ascension shards. This is looks like a base 1.9%. Right, and I think that's pretty universal across the board here. Looks like the get a little better. 2% in the frozen, 2% in slimy, 2% in limestone, 2% in ancient chest, and time worn, We'll just pop through all of these, see if any of them change here. Looks like they're pretty staying even at 2%. Let's see if they get better with the bigger ones. Nope, so looks like 2% except for the wooden chest has your lowest percentage at 1.9. The research rolls are 2.9 in there and 3. So looks like 2% across the board with all of the chests. Right now I am doing a challenge. I'm trying to get to the point where I can unlock 100 chests, and then I'm going to do a video on it. I'm also doing a video on getting to 100 of the spin tokens, and then additionally, wrong button, 100 of the grab bags. So I'm only at 14. So this will take a minute, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll cycle through quite a bit of these, and you'll get to see the different types of rewards that pop up. All right. So those are the predominant ways. There is also a opportunity to fuse these. So it takes 10 of those, 25 of the blueprints, and then a blue tier 8 or more. And so whenever you're fairly desperate, you can start throwing these out. You just got to be careful that you don't burn through all of these last time. I burnt through all of those, and then they unlocked a new tier, and then I had to build all my blueprints back up. Also, the tier 8 blues are a little harder to get. So, there we go. So let's actually just queue one of these up. Alright, so we got 25 blueprints, 10 of those. And then I usually use these because these are the easiest of those to get. Also, the tier 10 tends to be easier to get in blue than in, so I'm actually going to use that one there. Okay, so queue that up, and I got 5 more Ascension shards coming my way. So looking at here, let's go into our rings, which is the one I'm working on. So, wrong one. Alright, so you can see that I've gotten all of my low level ones all the way up through 8. Now I'm working on my tier 9s. So you can see that they cost 40 apiece. So I'm at 47, which means I need 4 more. So I can get off of these 2, so all of the different tier levels are the same. So I need 160 more or less. I got 4, so at crafting these 5 a pop, it takes quite a bit. You'll have to either very, very strongly focus on that, or really start switching over to only doing these during the events. But yeah, that's the quick over guide to Ascension shards.